Good morning, everybody. It is June 21st, 2021. This is pre-market. It's about 8:46 a.m. And if you didn't know, today or last night at about 11:45 was the summer solstice. So, I like to view the summer solstice as a kind of new beginning, say. And I hope you slept well last night. I don't know. But let's get straight to it. So, since I don't do videos over the weekend normally, we got to cover some of the stuff that happened on the weekend. So, the first thing that happened is, I've been talking, and I mentioned in my last video, or maybe one video before that, Federal Reserve President Bullard, who came out and said they might need rate hikes as soon as 2022. Of course, he basically walked it back by saying it's going to be dependent upon the economy, which is in shambles, as we know. So, who really cares at the end of the day? But the market does listen to these people, and I've always said they try to keep you confused with who they bring out and what they say, and so we basically have opposite things coming out of different people's mouths. But today, or 2 days ago, I believe, we had Neil Kashkari, who looks pretty interesting. Uh, he came out and said no rate hikes till at least 2023. So I believe that is why this morning, in large part, we are seeing gains in the S&P 500 up to the tune of about 0.4%, Dow Jones up about 0.6%, NASDAQ about flat on the day. But crude oil is putting on a loss right now, gold a slight gain, silver slight loss. So what does all this mean? What does it look like? I mean, given the strength that we've seen in the dollar, which is slightly lower this morning by about 0.14%, if the strength in the dollar continues, we should see pressure in the market again, and pressure on gold, silver, oil. But, so I wouldn't be surprised to see these gains in the market evaporate. But what does all this mean? We're waiting for better opportunity. I have small positions in bank stocks, and I have positions in gold and silver, which I have added to, and I'm underwater on, of course. But I don't care with how long my options are dated. I'm in the market. I'm not shorting the market, but I do see a possible drop this week as a continuation of what we saw last week with the Federal Reserve, and given the amount of strength that we were seeing in the dollar. However, this morning, we see the slight pressure on the dollar, slight boost in the 10-year yield, which means cash is coming out of the debt market, cash is coming out of the forex market, and it looks like it's moving into equities at this moment. So, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient this week, and see if I can find some other opportunities to go in on. But right now, I'm just maintaining course with the bank stocks and everything else that I own, and I want to see how the dollar plays out. I mean, I feel like a broken record here because I just keep going back to the dollar, but that's really what it's about right now, because it's a race to the bottom with the currency wars between central banks, and with Europe increasing asset purchases, so inflating more, but the Federal Reserve kind of positioning due to the amount of inflation that we're now seeing in the CPI and the PPI, and of course many other sectors or statistical data points. I think that is the short-term trend. But given all the other factors, and given that we know what the Federal Reserve's end goal is to buy everything, and that's that. I don't believe they're going to stop the asset purchases. That's my opinion. I don't believe they're going to hike rates. And even if they did hike rates, it doesn't mean that they're going to stop asset purchases. So medium term, long term, I remain very bullish on the market, on cryptocurrencies, which I'll get to, and on metals, and on oil, of course, which is just, at 71 a barrel. I mean, it's going, honestly, I don't even know how high it's going to go, but it's going much higher. We saw oil at astronomical prices a long time ago, and they'll go back there. Eventually, they'll go higher than their all-time high. I believe at 140 or something. I could have it wrong. I didn't look that up. But anyways, that's the situation for the markets. We're putting on gains, and watch the dollar. 0.14% down. I mean, it's a nudge down, and it was higher earlier. So it's possible that this thing with Kashkari coming out, and just the simple massive amount of knee jerk that we have. I mean, we were at 90 and we're at 92. That's a huge move in the dollar, and so it is possible that run is over and we're going to see it pull back now. But keep your eyes peeled. I think it's a time to be patient, to wait and see if there's a better opportunity, because we can always buy higher or buy lower, But if you're in the in-between state, it's like right now I'm watching, okay, if it breaks lower, then it's probably a buying opportunity for me. But sometimes if it breaks higher too, it's like a confirmation that the trend is back in action, and then you can buy there too. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled and see what's going on there. So in terms of cryptocurrencies, I mean, they're under pressure, but Bitcoin's still over 30,000, so I'm not concerned at all. I mean, I wouldn't be concerned if it dropped below 30,000, but anyways, I mean, what we're seeing this morning, it seems to be a result of China again cracking down even further, because they'd cracked down pretty heavily in terms of the banking and the way that the money was being managed crypto-wise, but now they're cracking down more on the mining side of things. And this is an article from CNBC. Bitcoin drops as China intensifies crypto mining crackdown. And so I think that basically China has, the article says, shut down more than 90% of their Bitcoin mining or whatever. And so, it's some short-term pressure on cryptos, no joke. But regardless of what China does, I don't see this kind of action coming to the rest of the world. And I view cryptos the same as I've always viewed them: anti-debt units, get out of the dollar. And I do believe a lot of them will become payment systems of the future, and if they can only capture a fraction, a very small fraction or percent of the current transaction market cap, they will be going astronomically higher. So that's my view on cryptos. That's what I think is happening this morning. So I'll leave you on that. It's been a good video. Let's see how the day turns out. I'm sure I'll have a lot more for you at the end of the day. So have a good one, and I'll see you later. Hit the like and subscribe.